Yes, my father is named Bruce Lee.
Is his name more than a burden for you, or is it because you would probably always be compared to him, or is it more, and it is a good thing for you?
You know, it's better to have a name to live up to than a name to live down.
After somebody passes away, particularly after they pass away, it's very easy for people to exploit that person's name to make money. I did not enjoy seeing those posters or those films. When I was younger, it made me very angry. There wasn't really anything I could do about it. I didn't see very many of those films, and, you know, I didn't go out of my way to hear about them either.
What do you think, what's about your family? We heard you had a girlfriend. Can you tell us something about her?
Sure. Her name is Lisa Hutton. She is from Kansas City, Missouri. We've been living together for about a year now, and right now she has a sore throat and she's in bed. No, the director Rob Cohen approached me about playing the part of my father about a year and a half ago or so. I turned down the offer because it didn't feel right. I have a great deal of respect and admiration for my father, but I don't want to play him in a film, you know. I've read the script, I've met all of the people who are involved in the film, including the actor who is playing my father. And right now I just hope they do a good job because they're making a movie about my family.
Brandon, how do you see the role of Orientals in this movie, or in martial arts movies in general?
Well, the fact of the matter is that 30 years ago, when my dad was first working in Hollywood doing the Green Hornet series, he eventually had to go to Hong Kong to start his film career because he ran up against this wall that would not let an Asian man be a leading man in an American film or television series. That was 30 years ago. The fact of the matter is there is not one bankable Asian star in Hollywood today. Not one. There are some very good actors who are Oriental. There is not one leading man who is a bankable star that a studio would use starring in a film. And it's 30 years since that's happened.
How do you think could this situation be changed?
Well, you look at how African-American filmmakers have come to a lot more prominence in Hollywood. When you tap into any group of people, you tap into the neighborhoods they live in, the families they grew up in, the country they came from. They have these stories to tell. And you had African-American filmmakers who started off telling these stories about their backgrounds, their neighborhoods, the schools they went to, the experiences they had, because these are things that you can't tap into and I can't tap into because it's not our lives. There's a whole wealth of information there about Chinese American culture and backgrounds that is there to be tapped into, and it needs Chinese filmmakers to do it, and then you'll start getting Chinese actors working in those films.
There's a lot of talk about the new Hong Kong cinema now here in Europe and probably in America too. Don't know if you know John Woo or his film. Do you think that this probably could be a solution? Because I know that John Woo is going to Hollywood, and probably Tsui Hark, all these guys. Do you like to work with them?
Absolutely. Those films that the new Chinese cinema are my very favorite action films. John Woo's working in the States right now. What with the coming of 1997 and Hong Kong going back over to communist China, maybe you'll get a lot of other Chinese directors coming over and working in the States.
What do you think the future of martial arts movies will be like? Let's see.
I'm not really sure I know, to tell you the truth. What I'd like to do, you know, it's been a long time since I've seen a movie that was really about the martial arts. It might be interesting to do a period piece about the martial arts. It might be interesting to do a film that involved the martial arts but dealt with it in a strictly realistic way. Because a film like Rapid Fire, I'd be the first to say, it's a theatrical representation of the martial arts. It's not my idea of what a real fight scene looks like. You know what I'm saying? It might be interesting to make a film that had a more gritty documentary feel and had my idea of what real fighting would be like. It'd be a lot sloppier, a lot more compact, the fights would probably be a lot shorter, and the repercussions would, it would be great to show the day after the fight when you can't get out of bed, because you've so severely strained every muscle in your body, and you get a fever from the adrenaline rush.